Hello everyone, how is it going? This is Oishi and I know I am super late in uploading another video. It's been like 2-3 weeks, but I am trying and I will try to be more regular. So today I am filming two videos in one go. I will maybe upload them one or two with a 1 or 2 day gap, but you're gonna get a next video soon, hopefully. Now this video is about the new Blake Crouch book called Upgrade. Now I don't know how many of you has read Blake Crouch before, so I think his first big thing was Pines. That's like a thriller series but with some kind of supernatural or other elements, and that was also a TV series I think, and that was way back in 2012. But after that he has written science fiction, and in recent years the more popular ones has been Dark Matter and Recursion. So those have been his science fiction novels, but they actually have always have thriller elements. Like there is conspiracy, murder, and chasing against time, fight for survival. So it's not really just straight science fiction. Now this year he has released Upgrade. That is also another science fiction novel, and Upgrade is about genetic upgrade actually, because the main theme of the book is, it is kind of a dystopia, but it's not like hundreds and hundreds of years in the future as it reads from the book. It's quite the near future, and you can kind of see how the author extrapolates from the recent events in the world and goes from there. And for an example, he says that okay, some parts of, let's say, New York has flooded and that part is abandoned, and the homeless people have claimed it now because it's just gone underwater, and everything is kind of the same, but also loads and loads of places are just desolate and people are still kind of living their own lives, but they're just doing it in a much worse climate change scenario. And there was a big starvation that killed millions and billions of people. So there's that. Now, amongst this setting, the main theme of the book is genetic changes and DNA, and that's not really very far-fetched as far as science goes, because we know that genetic editing, GMO food, genetic edited food, and different stuff like that has been being researched on, right? And the thing that the author says that okay, people started gene editing like themselves and changing themselves and other people, and then it became thing where they tried to change one thing and it kind of backfired. There was a disaster and now it's illegal, and our protagonist actually works for a place that is the law enforcement for gene editing kind of illegal stuff. But something happens and he gets changed, he gets upgraded into the next gen of humans, and we're gonna go from there. So I don't really want to say any more than that because that's going to be a spoiler, but that's basically the gist of what you can expect from the book. Now, it was a good book, just throwing it out there, totally straightforward. Blake Crouch is a very strong writer, and I have read his thrillers. There is a collection of his thriller short stories called Fully Loaded Thrillers. I've read that, and I've also read his shorter science fiction novellas. I think he really excels in the science fiction genre as opposed to straight thriller, because as far as I understand from my knowledge of science, the science is solid. It's not just like if something happened in the future and it sounds sciencey, but when you really take a look at the foundation of the science, it's just that doesn't really make any sense. It's not like that. As far as I understand from his writing, at least the science seems solid and legit. I know it doesn't maybe matter to everybody, but to me it makes the whole thing way more believable and legit. And now when I am like trying to review this book, I have to be very careful because I don't really want to give you any spoilers. But if I want to avoid spoilers, I would say that you can expect a lot of old-fashioned thrills, you know, with chasings and guns and bombings and kind of running away from authorities, that sort of stuff. You can also kind of expect global level conspiracy, but maybe not with so many actors and comments and stuff, maybe in a smaller level, and how to put a stop to an evil scheme, that sort of stuff. So one thing I really liked about this book is it's not really very linear. I mean, it is linear, but it's not like, okay, so I have to stop that big plan, so I hit point A and collect this, I hit point B and talk to those people, and I hit point C, and now I'm here like going in it with a gun in my hand. It's not that. It's basically a kind of a few different things are going on, and our protagonist handles that those things and one by one, and it changes his life every time, and he changes scenarios every time, and the author keeps it really interesting and variable, so that's what I valued. Also, there is a family angle in this book. I think one of the most important things in Blake Crouch's books, the science fictions that I read, Dark Matter, Recursion, he really gives importance to human relationships and keeps the family matters or whatever people's relationships in the forefront of the story and as a driving force of the story. So this is no different, and this actually makes the whole thing more heartfelt and human. This is really important to me because I believe that in every story anyone likes to tell relationships, and even if it's not a human story, humanity sort of, or you know, human feelings will be in the heart of it, because that's the story that in the end we really end up caring about. So I really like the fact that this was really emphasized upon, and we can kind of get to see the protagonist's conflicts about things changing and that affecting his family and his relationships and how to deal with that and that sort of stuff. And it's really well done too. I have already said that Blake Crouch is a very strong science fiction writer, so yeah. A couple of other things I want to mention first is things get very sciencey. The author doesn't really dumb things down for you at all. So our like main characters are all scientists, so they kind of throw around the terms, they go into scientific discussions, and sometimes it's explained as you can understand it, but at the same time it's not totally diluted, it's not totally dumbed down, and sometimes you may feel like, okay, that is just a lot of technical terms that has just been info dumped on me, and did I really need that, and do I even understand that? So I like popular science, I like pop science books, I read them, I have some science background from high school, so I was just fine, right? But I can see that some people can get maybe turned off by a lot of technical terms and a lack of really, you know, making the whole thing really clear. But I mean, I think it's fair, because I think it's better than an author treating the readers like they're dumb and the author kind of needs to come and explain everything. I mean, everyone has Google, right? So even if we didn't understand something or a term, we could just go and look it up. It's better than, you know, a lot of emphasis upon the scientific part of the things and spending time on that in the book, you know. So that's one thing that I wanted to mention. And the other thing is a comparison among his three books, like the Dark Matter, the Recursion, and now this. So I will say this book is a lot more straightforward than both Dark Matter and Recursion. If you have read those books, you know that those could get a kind of very, oh my god, you know, mind effed feel of what is happening. There's just so much going on. It's such a mess, but it's in the best possible way, and lots of branches and stuff in the story happening. This doesn't happen in this book. It's compared to those books, it's quite straightforward, and we are kind of following a single narrative, and it's not really a complicated narrative either. So, and also compared to the other books, it sounds more plausible. I mean, you know, science fiction sometimes I mean, maybe in 1950 people thought we would have flying cars, but you know, we don't. We have people saying that the earth is flat. So I don't know in terms of like believability how much we can really say, even if we think we can say it, but at the same time, this one seems more believable and plausible in terms of the real world than the other two books of Blake Crouch. So all in all, really solid book, really nicely paced, lots of interesting conversations and you know, scenarios going on. In the end, the resolution, I think there is room for a bit of you know, a bit of, I don't want to say controversy, but at the same time it's not a very vanilla resolution. I want to say that it's not just like, oh okay, I can see it will last, good one, amazing, we can all go home now. It's not really like that, but at the same time I liked it, you know. As far as the protagonist, the MC goes, his thinking goes, we are following his narratives, his thoughts, so it made sense to me, how he would see things and how he would approach problems and solve things. So that made sense to me, and I would say that was fine. So all in all, Upgrade, really good book, sci-fi but also thriller. Like I said, there is a lot of the elements like murder and conspiracy and survival and saving the world and stuff like that. So a really good book. I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. So if you want to check it out for yourself, you can go pick it up. And thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, subscribe and like the video and my channel. What did I just say? Yeah, you know what I mean. And I am going to film another video right now, and maybe I will post it soon enough as well. Bye.